welcome to Spring 2021, Biology 2050, Human Anatomy and Physiology number 1. My name is Alex Imholtz. I'm going to be your instructor for this course. And this little video is basically an introduction to Blackboard, to the syllabus, to how this course is going to proceed. All right, let's get started. I am sitting here on my Blackboard page. I'm going to click on Our Class, which for me is this first one right here. Done that, clicked on it. As I'm making this video, I've got no announcements here yet, but I will have so many announcements soon. Don't worry. Blackboard is where everything in this class lives, okay? Everything we're going to do, pretty much, is on Blackboard. Now, what I want to do with you guys is go over the syllabus. So if I click on Syllabus and More, there we go. So right here, it says Bio 2050 Syllabus. Maybe you've already opened this up and looked at it. You probably clicked this link to watch the video that you're watching right now. So let's open up the syllabus and let's go over some stuff for this course. So, like I said, this is Biology 2050, Human Anatomy and Physiology. We're going to figure out the parts and how they work for human beings. That's basically what human anatomy and physiology means. Of course, we are at the fine and wonderful Prince George's Community College. You guys are in sections DL 01, 02, and 03. You gotta be, if you're watching this video, if you're in the right place. Now, I said my name already. My name is Alex Imholtz. That's me right there, smiling because I am happy because we are back in school. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am an associate professor here at PGCC. I have been here for almost 20 years, so since 2001. I grew up in Maryland, went to high school in Washington, D.C., stayed basically around town for college, went to University of Maryland at College Park. Got a bachelor's degree in biology, didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. Kind of hard to figure out what you want to do with your life when you're young. So I went to grad school, prolonging the agony. I got a master's degree in physiology, same school, UMCP, and I still didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And in the summer of 2001, a friend of mine told me they needed someone to teach a summer course at PG. I called him, got that job. Then that very summer, this guy retired out of the blue. They had an opening. Then all of a sudden I got that job. Here I am 20 years later. I like what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. It is a fantastic job. If you can find a job where you enjoy what you're doing, well, you are all set. A little bit about me personally. Married for 17 years. And I got 4 awesome kids, 1 in high school, 1 in middle school, 2 in elementary school. And they keep me very busy. Got a lot of hobbies, running, biking, reading. I like being outside. Pretty much anything outside is up my alley. So the best way to get in touch with me, of course, is by email. I will check my email all the time, probably too often. So my email address is right there, aimholtz@pgcc.edu. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. I will get back to you. If I don't know the answer, I will find out or direct you to someone who can help you. When you do send me an email, say, "Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm in your class." Don't let me know who you are, in other words. All right, that is my sort of welcome page right there. Let's keep on going. And I want to talk a couple things that I have to have in the syllabus. The college makes us include certain things in the syllabus. Course description. Anatomy and Physiology 1. So that first word, anatomy, is all about structure. So we're doing the structure of the human body. The second word, physiology, is all about function. So we're doing the structure and the function of the human body. Now, In AMP1 and AMP2, we go over a bunch of organ systems. So like, for example, the integumentary system, the skeletal system, the nervous system, and the muscular system. We're going to hit all those in A&P 1. Now, in order to introduce ourselves to those systems, and those are organ systems, we got to talk about what organs are made out of. So in A&P 1, we talk about tissues, and we talk about cells. A&P 2, we'll hit all the other systems: cardiovascular, immune, lymphatic, respiratory, digestive, urinary, and reproductive. Good rule of thumb is that if you're taking a 1-credit course, it's supposed to be 37.5 hours of work. This is a 4-credit course. So 150 hours of work for the semester. So you might be spending 10 hours a week on this course. You might spend less, you might spend more. It depends, of course, on you. And if you're taking this class, you should have taken Bio1010 or Bio1040 or gotten permission from the department. You should have also done like the necessary math stuff. Okay, when we're done this course, you're going to know a lot of anatomy structures. There are 206 named bones in the body. We're going to know almost all of them. There are 600 plus muscles in the body. We're going to know a lot of them. All right? We're going to do a lot of physiological processes. We're going to talk about how neurons send signals, how muscles contract, and much, much more. Another thing we're going to do is figure out this thing called complementarity, which is where the structure of something matches its function. You know, think about a spoon. Let's say you're eating cereal for breakfast this morning. You got a spoon, right? Spoon has a concave bowl to hold something. If it was flat, it wouldn't work. It's got to be concave. Spoon's got to have a handle, so you don't dip your fingers into the cereal the whole time. The way things are built corresponds to how they work and what they do, how we use them. And that is the idea of complementarity. We'll also understand something called homeostasis, which is basically the idea of keeping things at the right levels in your body. Quick, easy examples there: body temperature, blood pressure, levels of carbon dioxide, oxygen, etc. We keep things at the right level. That keeping things at the right level is called homeostasis. We'll also talk about the hierarchy of organization in this class. And we kind of hit on that already. I mentioned a moment ago that we're going to do organ systems. Well, organ systems are made out of organs. Organs are made out of tissues. Tissues are made out of cells. Cells have organelles, and we have molecules, atoms, blah, blah, blah. So there's this hierarchical organization. So we'll hit that as well. So we're going to hit all these things over and over this semester and even next. All right, if you're taking this course, you're going to need some stuff. Obviously, you got to have a computer. Okay, you got to have some reliable internet. Not necessarily all the time. I mean, you're going to be taking your exams. You're going to take 8 exams in this class, and you're going to take them online. You got to make sure you are good to go when you're taking them. Hopefully, you have something that will let you either take a picture of your work or scan your work. So if you have a cell phone with a camera, which seems like most people do, that's perfect. One of the ways we're going to turn in homework is you're going to take a picture of it and email it to me. If you want to scan things, that works great too. There is going to be a lot of stuff to turn in. All right, you're going to need a healthy amount of paper. You are going to need a healthy amount of colored pencils. One of the things we're going to be doing is drawing a lot of anatomical structures and creating flowcharts as well. And those things are better done, better for you, better for me, if they are done in color. As far as books go, there are 2 books you need for this class. The textbook is this thing right here. It's called Anatomy and Physiology, an Integrated Approach. third edition by McKinley and Beidel and somebody else, O'Loughlin, I think. ISBN is right there. You can get this book at the PGCC online bookstore. You can get it anywhere online. I mean, if you don't want to use the third edition, you want to use the second, the first, whatever. That's all good. If you have other textbook concerns, like if the price point of this book is problematic, let me know, okay? And I can give you some other suggestions. And of course, if you want to use the actual physical book versus the e-book, that's fine as well. One thing that I'm not going to make you get is the access code for the online material, which if you have it, if you want it, it is cool. It has great stuff, but it is not necessary. I'm not going to assign anything from it, okay? All right, the lab manual. This is the lab manual right here. A&P Lab Manual 4th edition by Hubley and Imholtz and ISBN. You can get that at the PGCC bookstore. They'll sell you a physical copy or an e-version. Either is good. Or you can go direct to the publisher. There's the link right there. Copy that, paste it in your browser, and you can buy the ebook right there as well. Nice thing about getting the ebook is you don't have to wait for anything to be mailed to you. It comes to you pretty much instantaneously. I don't know. I like having a real book. I like writing in my books. I like taking notes in my books, drawing in my books, highlighting. All those things help me learn stuff. But you're you. I'm me. Go with what works for you. So these are the materials you're going to need. And let's talk about how this class works. This is called an online asynchronous course. So obviously it's online. We're doing it via the computer. Asynchronous means if we break that word down, the chronos part means time, syn means together. The A is a negative here, so we're not together in time. So we're not going to meet together at set times. It's asynchronous. All right? I'm going to make videos, lecture videos, lab videos. You're going to watch them. I'm going to have readings for you to do. You're going to do them. I'm going to have assignments for you to do. You're going to do them, turn them in, and you're going to have exams to take. There is still a schedule. And we'll talk about this a little more in a second, but I have broken it down by weeks. So it's going to be week 1 videos, readings, assignments to do and turn in. Week 2, etc., etc., etc. And pretty much after every 4 weeks, more or less, we take an exam. And that, of course, is online as well. We'll talk about them in a moment, too. So, this course has a lecture and a lab portion. And we divide both them into 4 separate units. For the lecture part, Unit 1 is going to cover an introduction to A&P, cells, basic transport mechanisms, how we get things into and out of cells. Remember that word I mentioned a moment ago? What was that word I mentioned a moment ago? I mentioned a lot of words. I'm going to write it here with some horrible handwriting here as I draw with my mouse. That word was homeostasis. And that is our ability to keep things in the right levels and places. In order to maintain homeostasis, it is going to be integral to us to transport things, move things in cells, out of cells, from one organ to another, like from your lungs to your muscles, for example. So that's going to be crucial. All right, what else are we going to talk about in Unit 1? We are also going to talk about the integumentary system. In other words, we're going to talk about your skin. Then we'll take a test. Unit 2, we are going to cover bone tissue, joints, and as well as an introduction to the nervous system. Then a test. Unit 3, we hit the brain, the spinal cord, and spinal nerves, and cranial nerves as well. Then a test. Then we do something called the autonomic nervous system, the muscular system, and a final test. Notice that a big chunk, part of Unit 2, all of Unit 3, part of Unit 4, are on the nervous system. So the nervous system plays a huge role in this course, Not surprisingly, it plays a huge role in your body. For lab, it kind of corresponds, not perfectly though. Lab Unit 1 is on general terms and stuff. Then tissues. Tissues called epithelial and connective tissues we'll learn about. Lab Unit 2 is on the skeletal system. Unit 3, nervous system. Unit 4, the muscular system. And after each unit, we have an exam. So as you can probably tell, we're going to have 4 lecture exams. We're going to have 4 lab exams. All right, more on this class and how it works. Every unit has its own folder in Blackboard. And we'll jump over to Blackboard in a second to look at these folders and kind of go through them together. For each unit, there is a weekly set of videos, readings, and assignments for both lab and lecture. So within the unit folders, you're going to find week 1 folders, week 2 folders, and so on. The assignments we're going to be doing are going to be in these folders, as well as the video links and the readings. Assignments are going to include drawings, concept maps, and quizzes on Blackboard. Then at the end of each unit, like I said earlier, we're going to take a lecture exam and then we'll take a lab exam. I'm going to try and stagger those. You're never going to have a situation where you have 2 exams on the same day or something crazy like that. Okay. Yep. Let's keep on going. Every lecture exam you take is worth 150 points. Every lab exam is worth 100 points. Each unit is going to have around 50 points of homework, although that number may go up and go down, but overall it's probably going to be somewhere close to 50. So roughly each unit is worth 300 points. So roughly the class is worth 1,200 points. And this number is not set in stone. It may go up a little bit, down a little bit. It kind of depends on how much homework I've done. At the end of the semester, if you are in the 90s, 90%, actually listen, if you're in the 89s and above, you're going to get an A. If you're in the 79s or somewhere in the 80s, like up to 88.99999, you're going to get a B. And so on for a C, a D, and below. That's the way I'm going to do grading. All right? I am confident there will be a bunch of A's, there will be a bunch of B's. I'm incredibly confident about that. Now, the exams, as we said already, lecture exams and lab exams. The lecture exams are worth 150 points, labs are 100 points. What's going to be on the exam? Basically, stuff in the videos, stuff in the readings, stuff in the assignments. That is fair game for your lecture exams. Same thing for the lab. Stuff in the videos, stuff in the readings, stuff in the assignments. Exams are given on Blackboard. They'll have an availability period, like I'll give you, 2 days or so and say, hey, take this exam on the 13th and the 14th. An exam will be open for you to click on it and take. There'll be a time limit. Depending on the exam, some exams may have a time limit of 90 minutes, for example. Others may be a little longer, a little shorter. It depends on the particular exam, how many questions there are, etc. You'll have to finish the exam in that time period. Once you start an exam, you have to complete it. Mostly, I use multiple choice and matching questions for these exams. All right? The expectation is that you are not cheating. You are not using any notes, books, etc., other computers. Generally, I find that if people try and use other stuff, they will run out of time. I will grade your exams super quickly. I'll give them back to you, not really physically give them back to you. You'll be able to look at them and see what you did, how you did. If there's some sort of catastrophe that prevents you from taking the exam, I will give you a makeup. I will do my best to be fair and accommodating. So like I said earlier, you're going to use your brain for the tests. You're not going to use other stuff. Let's keep going. What about assignments? 3 basic kinds of assignments we're going to do. Drawings, concept maps, and quizzes. Most assignments will be worth 2 points each, which seems pretty small, but we're doing a lot of assignments. It does add up. And the goal here is that doing this work, doing the drawings, concept maps, quizzes, will prepare you for the exams, will help you learn and the material. You might wonder, why am I going to be drawing things? All right, drawing things is one of the best ways to learn anatomy and physiology. There is nothing like drawing and labeling stuff. Nothing like it. Looking at a picture is one thing. Drawing it is another. Okay? That's why I told you earlier in this little presentation, you're going to need paper, you're going to need colored pencils. Or colored pens, whatever. So I'm not grading you on your ability as an artist. I am not a good artist, but I can sit down and look at a picture and take like a drawing of a heart, like in a textbook, and I can take my time and I can make and if I make a reasonable effort, I can do a good job drawing something. Okay, I'm not going to grade you on your art. What I will grade you on is your effort and your completeness. All right, for every drawing, I'm going to say, hey, you're going to draw this. It needs to be in color and include all these labeled things. I mean, you'll get a perfect score if you draw it with some effort, with some color, and you label everything correctly. And which you should be able to do, because when you're going to make these drawings, you're not drawing them from your head. You are looking at a picture in your book, in your lab manual, or on your computer. Okay? How are you going to turn them in? When you're done, you take a picture of it. You send me an email. You say, hi, this is so-and-so. This is assignment 1 from lab 5, and you have it attached to your email. Then I will write you an email back and say, good job, and you get 2 points in Blackboard. If there's an issue with it, I'll write you back and say, hey, you need to fix X, Y, or Z. And then you fix X, Y, or Z, and you send it back to me, and then once it's complete, hey, we're good to go. You get your 2 points. So I will let these things be works in progress. Although you can't just send me, over and over working on the same thing. All right, where was I? More about assignments. Concept maps. A concept map is a diagram that explains and shows relationships between things. I'm going to make a whole nother video explaining concept maps. So look for that in Blackboard. Same thing for the turning them in. You're going to take a picture of it. You're going to email it to me. Again, I'm grading you on effort, accuracy, and completeness. You give me a nice map with some color, with good explanatory connections and relationships, and all the required terms, you're going to get the full points. If you don't have it, I'm going to email you back and say, hey, you got to fix X, Y, and Z. Then we quizzes on Blackboard too. It's pretty straightforward. Multiple choice, matching type quizzes, in order to get you kind of in the mood for, not in the mood, kind of get you like used to the kinds of questions I'm going to be asking on the actual exams. There will be due dates, so there's always due dates. Basically, it's we'll have week 1, and then on the Sunday after week 1, stuff's due. Then Sunday at the end of week 2, stuff is due. I'm thinking about weeks starting basically on a Monday and ending on a Sunday. So always be due dates. And you have to turn stuff in by the due dates, or there can be a penalty. Or extra credit. I will give you a bunch of opportunities to earn extra credit. There will be extra credit practice tests and quizzes for exams, both lab and lecture. When you take the practice tests, the extra credit practice tests, I'll let you take them as many times as you want before the due date, but the last score is the one that counts. They'll also give you extra credit assignments during lecture videos and occasionally during lab videos too. And these are things I'll say, hey, do this, email me a picture of it. This is an extra credit assignment. Those won't be written down anywhere. So, it's funny, people ask me, hey, I don't know what this extra credit assignment is in Blackboard. And that means they didn't watch the video, because it's obvious in the video when I say, hey, there is an extra credit assignment. I'm always amazed at how many people don't do extra credit stuff. It just blows my mind. Do it. Improve your grade. It is the way to go. Okay, other syllabus stuff. I've included stuff about disability support, civility, Title IX, conduct, integrity. Read through this stuff. This is stuff I kind of have to have in my syllabus. Couple final thoughts on the syllabus before I jump over to Blackboard. This syllabus is not a binding contract. All right, you can't say to me, "Oh, you said X in your syllabus. It must be X." I can change things. I can modify things if depending on how the semester goes. If I need to add something, remove something, I can do that. I'll of course be fair whenever I do anything like that. All right, if I forgot to put anything in the syllabus, I will amend it via Blackboard announcements. All right, so far so good. Always email me if you have any questions, comments. If you just want to say, hey, I don't understand X, email me. If you don't, I don't understand Y, email me. One thing I did not mention is I will have office hours. I didn't put that in my syllabus. I don't know why I didn't. Should have. I will have office hours, online office hours on Blackboard. I will have at least an hour most weekdays. And there will be announcements in Blackboard about that. One thing I like to do is I like to vary the time of the office hours. Because, let's say I make my office hour Monday through Thursday from 10 to 11. Well, maybe you have another class that meets then, and so you can never make my office hour. So I will vary the times. If none of the times work and you want to talk to me, then let me know, and we will set up a meeting time. We can do that. That's no problem. All right. So that is everything I want to do in terms of the syllabus. Email me if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything. I am here to help. All right, I want to jump over, get out of that. I want to jump over to Blackboard again. So syllabus is in this Syllabus and More folder. The video you're watching, the link is right here. There's also a link to the academic calendar, refund policy, as well as student support services. Underneath the Syllabus and More, you're going to find the big folders for your units. So on your Blackboard, you can probably just see Unit 1. On mine, I can see all 4. I haven't shown you the Units 2 through 4 yet. You can see Unit 1. If I click on Unit 1, it opens up. It says Week 1 here, 119 to 124. It says Week 2, 125 to 131. And you should be able to see these two on yours. I haven't released Week 3 or Week 4 yet. And this is where you're going to find all of the material for Week 1 and Week 2. So if I click on Week 1, there's Week 1. Week 1 lab, Week 1 lecture. So you'll have lab assignments, you'll have lecture assignments, videos and readings, of course, as well. Let's click on Week 1 lab. So, clicked on Week 1 lab. You'll notice there's a bunch of stuff in here. There's 3 different colors that you see here right now, okay? You see black, green, and blue. Black is the videos. Green refers to readings. Blue is assignments. So there is a video for Chapter 1. Click on this. It opens up a YouTube video of me going through all the material for Chapter 1 in your lab manual. And you're going to watch the video. And then you're going to read Chapter 1. Answer every single question in there. There is an answer key in your lab manual to let you check your answers. Now, the questions in the lab manual are often repeated on lab exams, which is why it behooves you to do those questions. You're going to do all the activities. So as you're reading, it's going to tell you, do this, do that. You should do those things. If I have any special notes, I will add them like I did here. And by the way, when you're watching the video, I am going through slides to look at, the link right here. So if I click on this link, it'll open up the slides that I'm going through for that video. Actually, I'm sorry, it opens up the link to the slide. So A&P 1 Lab, Chapter 1, there's Chapter 1 images right there. And there it is. So these are the things I'm going to go through in the Lab 1 video. All right. By the way, I'm glad I clicked on that link. I also have posted here the first 5 chapters from the lab manual. So if you have any issues in getting your book, in either getting, let's say you ordered the physical copy of the book and for some reason the delivery is taking forever, no worries. First 5 chapters are right here. So first 5 chapters plus the images for every chapter. And I'll always include that with the video and with the readings. I'll always have those links. Okay. Then there are assignments. So like for chapter 1, there are 3 assignments to do. Now you might say, wow, 3 assignments for chapter 1, 3 assignments for chapter 2, that's 6, that's a lot. But these are things you would normally do during those labs. So these are assignments that don't take a ton of time. So you're going to email me these assignments. You're going to take a picture of what you did. You're going to email me and say, hey, this is so-and-so. This is my chapter 1, assignment 1 from lab. All right. Chapter 2, more of the same. Video in black. Reading in green. Links to the slides in both. And then assignments that you will email me with some special notes and another video link down here. So this is a basic way lab is going to work. Now if I pop back up to my week 1, where I have week 1 lab and lecture, I'm going to click on lecture now. You're going to notice some similarities here. Okay, we got readings again in green. I have some notes I want you to read. Give these a quick go through. So these are my introduction notes. Not too many, a little more than 2 pages on introductory material. Read through that. There's some reading to do in the McKinley textbook. That integrated approach to human anatomy textbook we saw earlier. I want you to read pages 1 through 12, 19 through 24. There's a video, and there's a link to the slides that I'm going to show you for the video right here. So you're going to look at all these, and you can look at these. You can have these in front of you if you want. I don't know if you want to take notes on them, however works for you, but they're there. And then there are some assignments. So first assignment here is draw a picture. I tell you where to look to get some artistic inspiration for this picture. I tell you the things you're going to require, I'm going to require you to have in it, and so on. Assignment number 2. So 2 assignments in the first lecture week, 6 assignments in the first lab week. Sounds like a lot, but it's really, they're not that bad. Okay, so that is that. That is basically the way the course is going to work. Later on, let's say like for example in week 4, you will find a link to an exam in your week 4 lab folder, for example, or a week 4 lecture folder for the lecture exams. So you'll find your lecture exams there as well. What else? Cool. I don't know. I think I might be getting close to being done. Announcements is also where you will find links to exams, links to office hours, where I will share with you pertinent information about the course. And folks, that might be it. I know this is kind of long, half an hour to go over all this stuff. Hopefully I hit everything. If I didn't, I will have Blackboard announcements about things. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me. To do so, if you want to email me, just introduce yourself and say hi. That is great as well. Can't wait to see you guys in office hours. See you guys via email. Hopefully get to know some of you a little bit. That's my goal. And yeah, all right. I will see you guys later. Take care now. Bye-bye.